What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and a fortune is a series of decisions you haven't made yet? What if the difference between struggling and thriving is simply understanding and applying 5 simple steps? Look around you. Most people live in quiet desperation, accepting mediocrity as their fate. But history has proven time and time again that those who rise above the average and claim fortune are not born lucky. They are made. They follow principles that turn dreams into reality, thoughts into wealth, and struggles into success. Today, I will reveal 5 steps that have turned ordinary individuals into legends of wealth and influence. Ignore these steps and you may remain where you are. Master them, and fortune will chase you. Are you ready? Everything begins with a decision. Not just any decision, but a firm, unwavering, absolute decision that commands every fiber of your being to move toward your goal. This is where the journey from average to fortune truly begins. It is not talent, not luck, not education, but the sheer power of decision that separates the masses from the wealthy, the weak from the strong, and the ordinary from the extraordinary. Look at the world around you. Millions wake up every day wishing for more, wishing for success, wishing for wealth, wishing for freedom. But what do? They hesitate. They procrastinate. They let fear whisper doubts into their minds. They stand at the crossroads of life, staring at opportunities but never stepping forward to claim them. The successful, however, operate on a different frequency. They don't just dream, they decide. They decide with such intensity that their minds become locked onto their vision, refusing to accept anything less. They decide that failure is not an option. They decide that comfort zones are cages. They decide that fortune is theirs for the taking, and they march forward with unshakable conviction. Think back to the greatest success stories in history. Every single one of them started with a defining moment, a single choice that altered the course of their lives forever. A moment when they said, "Enough is enough. I will no longer settle for mediocrity. I will rise. I will conquer. I will claim what is mine." It is in this moment that the universe itself seems to shift, when a person makes a true decision, one that is absolute, non-negotiable, and backed by action. Everything begins to align in their favor. Doors that once seemed locked suddenly swing open. Resources that appeared scarce begin to flow. Opportunities that were invisible before suddenly appear, as if drawn by the sheer force of their will. And yet, the majority never take this first crucial step. They let their fears overrule their desires. They wait for the perfect moment. But let me tell you, there's no perfect moment. There is only now. Right now. The instant you decide, truly decide, to change your life, that is when your fortune begins to take shape. That is when the unseen forces of success begin working in your favor. That is when you step out of the shadows of mediocrity and into the light of limitless possibility. Desire is the birthplace of all greatness. Not an ordinary desire, not a fleeting wish, not a weak craving that vanishes at the first sign of struggle, but a burning, all-consuming, unstoppable desire that takes hold of you and refuses to let go. A desire so powerful that it invades your thoughts, dominates your emotions, and drives you into action with an intensity that cannot be denied. Think about the last time you were truly desperate for something. Not just interested, not just mildly hopeful, but desperate, so much so that nothing else mattered. Imagine being trapped underwater, your lungs screaming for air. In that moment, nothing else exists. No distractions, no doubts, no excuses. Your entire being is consumed by one singular focus, getting to the surface, filling your lungs, and surviving. That is the level of desire required to turn an average life into a fortune. The weak desire, the average hope, but the successful. They burn with an obsession that fuels them day and night. They do not stop to wonder if success will come to them. They do not sit around waiting for signs. They chase their dreams with relentless hunger because they know deep in their soul that they were meant for more. Look at every great success story in history. What do they all have in common? An insatiable, unrelenting drive, a hunger that kept them pushing forward when everything seemed impossible. They did not wish for success. They demanded it. They did not merely want wealth. They became consumed by the vision of having it. Weak desires crumble in the face of adversity. But a burning desire, it turns obstacles into fuel. It transforms failures into lessons. It refuses to accept defeat. It makes a person unstoppable, unshackable, and immune to the distractions that keep the majority trapped in mediocrity. This is the fire that separates those who dream from those who achieve. The intensity of your desire will determine the magnitude of your success. You cannot approach your goals with hesitation, with uncertainty, with a half-hearted attitude. You must want it with every fiber of your being. You must hunger for it so deeply that the thought of not achieving it is unbearable. You must be willing to sacrifice, to fight, to persist, because those who possess this kind of desire are the ones who carve their names into history. Imagine setting sail on a vast ocean without a map, without a compass, without a destination in mind. What happens? You drift, you wander aimlessly, at the mercy of the winds and tides, hoping that somehow, someway, you will land on the shores of success. But hope is not a strategy, wishing is not a plan, and drifting never leads to fortune. Only those who take control of their course ever arrive at the riches they seek. The world is filled with people who are busy, working, hustling, chasing one thing after another, yet never truly get anywhere. They wake up, go through the motions, react to life as it comes, and then wonder why success remains out of reach. But those who amass wealth, those who build empires, those who leave a mark on the world, they do not drift. They decide. They declare. They commit. They have a definiteness of purpose, a crystal clear vision of what they want, why they want it, and exactly how they intend to get it. They do not entertain distractions. They do not chase after every shiny object that crosses their path. They do not waste time on pursuits that do not align with their ultimate goal. Every thought, every action, every decision is filtered through one powerful question. Does this move me closer to my goal? And if the answer is no, they discard it. The weak hesitate. The average dabble. But the successful commit with absolute conviction. They write their goal in stone. They see it in their mind before it ever becomes reality. They let it consume their imagination, fuel their energy, and dictate their actions. Definiteness of purpose is the force that dreams dreams into reality. It is what transforms mere wishes into concrete plans and vague ambitions into tangible results. Without it, a person is like a leaf in the wind, easily swayed, tossed around by circumstances, powerless against the forces of distraction and doubt. But with it, a person becomes unstoppable. They develop an inner drive so strong that no failure, no setback, no opposition can break them. Think of the greatest success stories the world has ever seen. Every single one of them began with an individual who dared to define their purpose with absolute clarity. They did not hope for success, they demanded it. They did not wait for opportunity, they created it. They did not accept mediocrity, they declared war on it. And because they knew exactly where they were going, nothing, not failure, not rejection, not fear, could stop them from getting there. No great empire, no towering fortune, no legendary success has ever been built by a lone wolf. No one rises to the top alone. The myth of the self-made millionaire, the lone genius, the solitary warrior conquering the world through sheer willpower. It's a lie. Look closely at every fortune, every dynasty, every movement that changed history, and you will find one undeniable truth. Behind every great success is a mastermind group, a collective of powerful minds working together toward a shared vision. Your mind is powerful, but it has limits. Your knowledge, no matter how vast, will always have blind spots. Your skills, no matter how sharp, will always have gaps. The greatest mistake you can make is believing that you must figure it all out alone. The moment you align yourself with the right people, those who elevate your thinking, challenge your limits, and open doors you never even knew existed, that is the moment your journey to fortune accelerates at an unstoppable speed. Look around at the people in your life right now. Are they lifting you higher, or are they anchoring you to mediocrity? Do they inspire you to think bigger, act bolder, and push further, or do they fill your mind with doubt, fear, and limitations? Your environment is stronger than your willpower. If you surround yourself with small thinkers, you will stay small. But if you place yourself in the company of visionaries, innovators, and relentless achievers, their energy, their wisdom, and their connections will become the fuel that propels you to levels of success you never imagined possible. Every billionaire, every titan of industry, every world-changing entrepreneur has understood and applied this principle. They did not isolate themselves. They formed alliances. They built networks. They sought out mentors, advisors, and partners who expanded their thinking and multiplied their opportunities. They knew that one great idea from the right person could be worth more than a lifetime of struggle. They understood that success is not just about what you know. It's about who you know and, more importantly, who knows you. A mastermind group is more than a collection of people. It is a powerhouse of minds working in perfect harmony toward the creation of wealth, influence, and achievement. When two minds come together, a third, more powerful force is created, a synergy that produces ideas, strategies, and breakthroughs that neither person could have discovered alone. This is why the wealthy do not merely network. They strategically align themselves with the thinkers, movers, and visionaries who can help them reach heights they could never reach alone. Weak people fear competition. Powerful people seek collaboration. The unsuccessful hoard knowledge and resources, believing there isn't enough to go around. The successful share exchange and multiply their resources, and knowing that wealth expands in the hands of those who understand the power of collective intelligence. The fastest way to build fortune is not by walking alone. It's by forging alliances with those who push you to think bigger, act bolder, and move faster than you ever could on your own. The world is overflowing with knowledge, yet only a fraction of people ever achieve wealth, power, or greatness. Why? Because knowledge alone is not power, action is. Ideas are worthless without execution. Plans are meaningless without movement. Dreams remain fantasies until they are backed by relentless, unstoppable, massive action. Every day people consume books, attend seminars, and take courses, hoping to uncover the secret to success. They gather knowledge like collectors hoarding rare treasures, yet their lives remain unchanged. They convince themselves that understanding is enough, that learning alone will open doors, that preparation is progress. But the harsh truth is this: knowledge without action is nothing more than wasted potential. The real titans of success do not sit around theorizing, analyzing, or overthinking. They move. They take immediate, decisive action. They do not wait until they feel ready, because they know that readiness is an illusion. They do not seek perfection before starting, because they understand that progress beats perfection every time. They step forward, take the leap, and figure things out along the way. Think of a rocket launching into space. It does not wait for ideal conditions. It does not hesitate hoping for absolute certainty. It ignites with full force, breaking through resistance, shattering limitations, pushing forward with raw power until it escapes gravity itself. This is how you must approach your goals. No hesitation, no second guessing, no half-hearted attempts. Just full throttle, unstoppable, massive action. Most people fail not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack talent, but because they lack the relentless execution that success demands. They start, but they stop when it gets hard. They make a move, but they retreat at the first sign of failure. They work on their dreams when they feel motivated, but motivation fades, and they let excuses creep in. Meanwhile, those who rise to fortune refuse to slow down. They push forward when they're tired. They take action when fear whispers in their ears. They keep going when others quit. Massive action is the great separator. It is what divides the dreamers from the doers, the talkers from the achievers, the average from the unstoppable. The world does not reward what you know. It rewards what you do with what you know. It does not care about your potential, your ideas, or your intentions. It only cares about results. And results belong to those who take bold, fearless, relentless action. You do not need another book. You do not need more advice. You do not need a perfect plan. You need movement. You need momentum. You need to stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop overthinking, and start executing like your life depends on it. Because it does. The road to fortune is not smooth. It is not a straight path. It is not paved with easy victories or comfortable success. No, the road to true greatness is a battlefield, filled with obstacles, challenges, setbacks, and adversities that will test your resolve at every turn. But here's the secret: obstacles are not roadblocks, they are tests. Tests of your faith, tests of your persistence, tests of your will. When you face challenges, when you hit a wall, when the world seems to push back against you, this is not the moment to fold, to give in, or to retreat. This is the moment to dig deep and push harder than ever before. This is the moment when your greatest strength will emerge. The greatest fortunes in the world belong to those who refuse to quit when faced with adversity. They belong to those who hold fast to their vision, who maintain unwavering faith in their abilities, and who never, ever surrender to defeat. Faith is the foundation of every great success. It is the belief that you are destined for greatness, that your goals are worth every ounce of effort, every sacrifice, and every ounce of blood, sweat, and tears. Faith is what keeps you going when everything else tells you to stop. It is the belief that your efforts will bear fruit, even when you can't see the results yet. Faith gives you the courage to take the next step, even when the path seems unclear. But faith alone is not enough. Faith must be paired with persistence. Faith without action is a hollow promise. Faith without persistence is a dream without movement. Persistence is a fuel that keeps your fire burning. It is the ability to keep going when others give up, to keep moving when the odds are stacked against you, to keep fighting when the battle feels impossible. Look at the history of every successful person, every fortune built, every empire created. They didn't get to the top because they were lucky. They got there because they refused to quit in the face of obstacles. They failed, they fell, they stumbled, but they never, ever gave up. Every setback, every failure, every hardship was merely a stepping stone, a test to see if their commitment was strong enough to overcome the challenges in front of them. And every single time they pushed forward with persistence, the universe opened up and aligned to their efforts. When you face resistance, you must choose to persist. When the world tells you no, you must keep moving forward. When you feel exhausted, when you feel like your strength is running out, that is when you must push harder, dig deeper, and press on with everything you've got. It is in those moments of struggle that your true power emerges. You become unstoppable because your faith is unshakable and your persistence is relentless. Every obstacle you encounter is merely a test of your commitment, your resilience, your drive. The universe is not out to punish you. It's giving you the opportunity to prove that you are worthy of the fortune you seek. And every time you overcome an obstacle, every time you continue to move forward despite the odds, you are getting closer to the life you were meant to live. The greatest fortunes are not given to the lucky or the gifted. They are given to the ones who refuse to quit. They belong to the ones who keep going when others give up, who turn obstacles into opportunities, and who believe with every fiber of their being that success is inevitable if they just keep going. Faith and persistence are your most powerful allies, and when you embrace them fully, there is no obstacle, no challenge, no setback that can stand in your way.